Guys, come closer to the screen. Have you ever noticed this thing? That people pay lakhs and lakhs of rupees to a public speaker for his single speech. Single. And not even that. Just people start trusting him, paying him lot just by his 2 or 3 sentences. What's the power, man? And not even that. In his seminars, anytime people are being emotional, anytime they're just crying, anytime they're being so curious about something, what is happening? And even I have seen in his seminars, people are those who were so underconfident, so very much fearful, they are now confident. They are now ready to speak. They just love Mike, who used to hate the Mike. That's what's happening, and people are just transforming their entire life by the just single seminar and even increasing their salary. So what's the power in him? What's that power? Whatever that power is, but it is amazing. But the same thing doesn't happen with an average guy. The thing which a public speaker says in just half an hour on an hour, that same thing, even an average guy not even able to make people understand by whole day. And not even that doesn't mean how many degrees he has. Still, he's not able to raise his salary. Be confident on whatever he's saying. Doesn't matter how many degrees or whatever. Doesn't mean how many great grammar, vocabulary an average guy is having. Still, he's not able to impress the people, attract the people towards him. Why? Why this is happening? Still, doesn't matter he's how much experience. Still, people are not trusting him. Doesn't mean how great position he is at. But still, people are not trusting him. Why? What's the reason? Do you know the difference between an average guy and a public speaker? That's what in this video I will tell you. So what are you waiting for? There we begin with it. So first thing which actually comes here is, what happened when an average guy have to say something? Not saying, but someone say him to tell about himself. Tell about what job he do. Or whenever he has to do any kind of ad or any kind of advertisement. What he do? The hand gesture which he always have. And eye contact. And the filler words. I am a doctor. I am a salesperson who sells headache medicines. And or if he is someone fitness coach, I am a fitness coach. Always moving, always shifting the weights, always this position or this one, or just looking here and there. And just telling I'm a doctor, I'm a salesman, I'm an engineer, I'm this. Simply that. My profile is I work in this company, this salary, this thing, that thing. And even if someone asks him about his salary, he simply tells, this is my salary. No privacy. So the guy whom I shown you just now, with full of fear, filler words in his whatever he was saying, and with no great hand gestures and simply like this or that, or always moving and no eye contact, looking in here and there, was the average guy. And even you know that the great thing, average guys don't even know that this is what they do really, because they have never seen that. This is how I speak. This is how I move. They never seen their video where they're moving, where there is no eye contact. They feel like they are great. They're not making improvement. But do you know how a guy who knows public speaking skills speaks like? Always remember, a public speaker is a public speaker, but a guy who knows public speaking skill is not always a public speaker. But it actually helps that person a lot to stand out, do different, and always handle a tricky situation. Let me just tell you, now a doctor, a person who sells a headache medicine, a person who makes people become richer. So I will gonna tell you how that person speaks. So now the person I will tell you how he will speak, who is a person who makes people richer, to own that Ferrari, to own that his dream house. I will tell you how he speaks. I'm a person who makes people achieve what they actually want from years, from decades. Even there are people who were having their childhood dream that they want to be this. They want to be the world's richest people. They want to come in that category. They want to buy that BMW, Ferrari, or buy that dream house. So that's what I do, to make their dream into their goals and make it achieve. And I tell that whole strategy, what it takes to achieve that. Yes. And I tell them how to own that Ferrari, how to own that BMW. Until now, I have done this thing to more than 1 lakh people, and even to those old people who were before driving rickshaw, taxi, and now they are the owner of Ferrari. Now they are public speaker. Now they are this. Just because of the technique to convert dream into their goal, which I have told you. They tell them like this, and even similarly they do their advertisements also like it. And even when it comes to a person, or let's suppose a salesman who sells headache medicine, how that person will say, I'm a person who sells a solution of a problem which most of the people have in this entire world. When it comes to children, when it comes to students in teenager age, when it comes to 20s, 30s, 40s, even old ages, everybody is having that. And even they don't even know the solution. They are applying the solution of any other problem. And slowly, that thing is becoming bigger, bigger, and bigger. And slowly, it slowly converts into any diseases. And slowly, they even don't know by it taking wrong solution. They are wasting their lots of time and money. First of all, money in that medicine, and time because they are not able to concentrate because they are having headache. Yes, the problem is headache with most of the people when it comes to all the ages. But I have made a solution for you, which is actually for everyone. Everything is mentioned here. If you're having headache here, or whole head, or hair, or whole this part, or this part, everything is written there. If you're having headache here, then you have to take this medicine. If you're having here, you have to take this. This time, this much, what you have to take. Even we are having different options for different ages. Even we are having syrups. Even we are having sweeter syrups and sweeter medicine for the children who are having. And even special advice is also written here. You can do massages. You can do this is all the things. And even that person also show his company's card. If whatever he is telling about his job or he's doing advertisement, that's how he do. And even I've just given you just example. But if you're kind of salesperson, I just prefer you to know much more, like as much you can get to know about your product, get to know and search for what problem related to this people are having, and like that you sell it. If you want any specific videos about any kind of topic, you can write that in comment section. I will surely post that video. And if any kind of businessman is there, how that person will say. Let's suppose a businessman is there who do a business of gold. How that person will say, I'm a person who converts 10 rupees into 100. And not even that, I also give you long-term happiness. Then you will ask, how? You must be regret of this thing, the property, the goal, which you were having years or decades before, which were before maybe at 15,000, 16,000, but now it is of lakhs, crores, and now you're feeling regret because of the reason you sold that, because of some or the other reason. And one more interesting part, you can feel that regret, same regret again, few years or few decades after. Why? Because if you do not buy this product from me now, because after a few years or decades, it will be of this cost. So this is how the salesman, how a businessman, how any other person sell their product or do advertisement, or how they tell anything like it. You must have noticed that thing. A person can also say, hey, I'm a person of this profile, this company, this position, this salary, this thing. But what was the difference? You just got the image about that person, how that person is, what kind of work he did. Is he loves his job or not? Because the thing was in his voice. Is he loves his job? Yeah. Whatever he's having, whatever he's doing is trustworthy, obviously is. The way he's telling, everything was visible there. And you automatically was getting trust because the power was in the voice and the words. But when the average guy tries to copy public speaker and tries to impress the people, what the mistake he do is this. What he do? He thinks so. If I want to impress people, I must use so many difficult, long, lengthy grammar, long, lengthy vocabulary, long, lengthy words. What he thinks, perfect grammar should be there, perfect vocabulary, long, lengthy words should be there. Then I will be able to express, well, not express, but impress people. Isn't it? The people will be impressed. But the real reason is nobody becomes interested in it. Why? Because he's actually focusing on in his grammar, not what people need, what people want. And according to one law of public speaking, this is from that you must speak in that simplest language, you must speak like it and just explain in the way that 12-year-old can understand. Why? Otherwise, people must have any kind of doubt in some section which you have told. How this work? How this can work? People may have. You must speak like 12-year-old. You must speak like a 12-year-old can understand. Then you will say, how? Can you give me some example? If you can take example of the people who are now totally famous, like if I tell you, there are so many institutes are also open now, and there are also so many great teachers on YouTube who are teaching lots of difficult things in a fun way, easy way, explaining every single thing, and after that you are not having any kind of doubt because the way they are speaking, every single thing. And whatever new topic they are starting, they're always clearing what's the meaning of this word, how this can work, this is how. Everything. This is how this works. And even the special quality of them where it comes is, they're also using humor in between. They're understanding the needs of your students. First thing, which is actually humor, they are understanding what people need. And second thing, they are also using and telling people, students again and again, the distraction which will come in your path. Of whatever you want to become, obviously you have to study this, but whatever distraction will come in your path and will stop you from becoming that. They're also telling this all thing with fun and telling how much impact that can create in your life. That is what is. Look, public speaker, a person who knows public speaking always understands the need. What audience want? What audience want from me? You must have noticed this thing. Sometimes you didn't said anything, but people are understanding that, huh? This is what I was wanting. Huh? You must have understand this thing. When you're going for a haircut or whatever, you're like haircut or like that hairstyler must say something like, you use so much oil. Yeah, you use too much oil. That's why you're like it. You use this thing, so you are having this problem. You have done this thing in your past, so you are having this problem. Why? Why that person is saying like it? Because that person is having experience and knows what is that and understands what you need here. That person have understood that thing greatly, perfectly. So that's what you have to do. You have to understand the need. You also must have noticed that thing that if you go in the low lower of parlor or salon, you must have noticed. You want a haircut, you want this thing, okay, this thing happened. But when you go at a higher level, you must have noticed what thing you want, anything else you want. They check your hair. If you want to like, they also tell you according to your face, this hair is good. That thing, every single thing they tell. They understand your need. And even sometimes they tell, as I just told you just now, oh, you must have used that thing. You want this thing. This problem you were having. They tell everything. Like same wise when it comes to public speaking, when you go at the seminars, when you say that, oh, this is not working, my salary is not growing, they tell you that, oh, this is what's the reason. This is what's the reason. You must know if you're a salesperson. My project is not getting sale. To tell you that you don't know how to negotiate. You don't know how to communicate. You don't know how to impress a customer. You're not clear about your product. You don't know how to sell that. They tell you everything what you have to do, what you're not doing. They understand your need. And sometimes you don't even say your whole question and still they answer it. Why? Because they understand your need. And that's why people start crying, being emotional. And even you must have thought this thing that he's also a human being. Then how he can know the answer of so many questions? So many questions. Because of the reason. Obviously, he don't know the answer of all the questions. But two things he apply. First, he's a good listener. Whatever question you ask, he tries to understand it. And according to his experience and opinion, he answers it. And second thing, if he don't know the answer of that question, then he says something like it. Obviously, there are many ways, but the way if he answers it, he says something like it. According to you, what will be the answer of it? What will the answer? Then that person explains it. And then he says, okay, explain in a more detailed way. Then that person explains it. And then public speaker said, this is the answer. But you were not searching for it. Answer is within you. Then that the same guy, the public speaker, explained in a more detailed way. And that guy understands it. But if the same situation happened with an average guy, what he do is, this problem you are having, okay, we will take it later on. I'm not saying take it later on is a wrong technique, but for a point of time it is right, but you must answer it. If you don't want to answer that thing, before telling what, okay, you can ask question, then you can say that thing, that ask question related to this topic only. And the most best thing here is be clear and understand that thing in a deepest manner. So you don't be like, what's the answer? And like that person there, average guy, just try to answer it, but he's not able to answer that thing. And somehow he tries to answer it, and even that person take 15-16 minutes to answer it, that single line answer. The average guy answer it, and then he say, okay, you now got it, sit down. That guy, the person who asked answer, is also not clear, and even that person not said that, okay, now I'm clear. Sit down. That thing you have to understand. That's the difference. No need to use heavy grammars, like so many long lengthy words. Use simple grammar, simple thing, but explain in a detailed manner, the manner that nobody have any kind of doubt. Then you will say, okay, then it is not like, okay, 30 minutes thing you are taking at the 6 hours, 4 hours. No. And whatsoever they're saying is they're saying in a brief manner. Brief manner, not like explaining everything in a so very much detailed manner, so like shifting every time. Okay, this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing. I have noticed people what they're doing at a single topic. They're using everything. This whole story also, this thing also, that thing also, this thing also, that thing also. No, you must not be like it. You should be this much powerful. 2-3 hours of thing you must explain in a 30 hours in that 30 minutes. And 30 minutes should be this much powerful that audience get every single point. And at that 30 minutes, story should be there, statistics should be there, and you also must go in the deepest point and then explain it. And at the simplest language. And this thing is possible. And as lesser you say, people think that much. Okay, this. If I tell you a life example of it, you must have noticed that if someone compliments you anything in a brief manner or say something to you, a person who say less, like in a group, if a person is who say less, but he says solid, whatever he say, then you think about it, oh, that person was meaning this, oh, that person thinks this, oh, this thing. That's what is the thing. As lesser you say, a solid thing you have to say, but in a brief manner. Not like, okay, you are explaining that solid thing in a big manner. Not that thing. Not that thing.